Hi and welcome to another Type with me. In today's video I want to talk about Google Antigravity. So Antigravity actually is Google's new AI editor. It's web-based real-time code AI interaction. It combines code, UI rendering and AI suggestions in one space. You can ask AI to edit what you see, can do visual tweaks, code is automatically generated. It resembles a mix of Visual Studio Code, AI, Figma Code, Sandbox Tile live preview. So I'm just gonna show it to you guys and I'm just gonna play around a little bit with it, but it's just the bare minimum. It's cool. You will find it in the description below, so you can also very easily try it out yourself. So if you're going to surf to antigravity.google, you will find and explore use cases, right? Its core Antigravity is still a fully featured AI EDE, but the Agent Manager provides a new mission control surface for background agents to tackle backlog tasks, perform code-based research, and reduce context switching. Right, so anti-gravity actually is an EDE. So we have here a terminal, right, that we can very easily use. We have here our agent, so we can ask him to do certain things. So, and in this regards, I'm gonna ask create a small web app in React with a map, a list of data points next to it, and a simple category filter dropdown. So if we click on this, he is normally going to analyze the project setup and is going to do certain things on top of that, right? So here we see on the right, like what we want to do, and here I'm gonna say don't use Tailwind. I'm very curious what he's going to do with that actually. Alright, and here I just need to provide certain inputs, so he's gonna start certain things on top of it. And I'm really curious because he's indeed now executing certain things, and of course we asked him to do other things, right? So I don't know how this will react, but it's interesting to see. Here I just need to think. There's some kind of an error happening in here. Yeah, right. Requires input. Okay, accept. So revisiting the implementation, and he is now looking into how to avoid using Tailwind, I hope. I know it's the easiest one, but I just want to use SAS without Tailwind, so I'm just accepting this, and now he's running it. So I'm very curious what will come out of it, but I think it's nice to see that it's now working on certain things, swapping Tailwind force. And so here within the implementation perspective, you can still look into certain things that he is going to do. You can review it. You can say like, hey, And here I think these things are already been done, and here still needs to create a list component, he needs to create filter components, assemble main app. I would here maybe also say yeah, create a search component, question mark, add a comment, and here can you add search functionality to it as well, question mark, and we submit this. But overall it looks nice. I think it's good, some kind of a first implementation plan, and you as a user can see what he is doing, how far he is, which kind of tasks he already did. So one of the things of course you need to see is here he wants to remove and he wants to change certain things on your behalf. So and he looks into the review, and we give them some kind of create a search component here, an assembly main app. So he's changing the task list, which is great. I found that a pleasant experience actually to change this. What is really cool is that he is testing out his own implementation. So this is really crazy for me. This really blows my mind. If you have now something that can run this application, you can test this application, and you can see if it works and then things around it. So what we see right now is that certain images are not being displayed, right? So what we could do is to ask, like, put a default image when the image is not being displayed. So I'm gonna ask this. Yeah. Put a default image when the image is not being rendered or we don't see an image. So that's a cool one, and then you see here the walkthrough with the technical specification and what he did and how he solved certain things. So that's cool. Right, and if you now see, you see there no image. So maybe we need to have some kind of a nice icon in place from or with a question mark or something like that instead of no image, because no image is really strange. But he's testing his work again, which is cool. So I'm gonna ask him, can you use an icon that represents the image is not there, not so it's now going to replace it with an icon. No idea which kind of an icon is going to do, because of course, and I think that's something that's really important, is you need to give him great instructions. But on the other hand, if you then do this and do a little bit of pair programming, you can really do crazy cool stuff, I think. So I'm really surprised. I'm thinking that like lazy developers really are going to use more and more of these kind of tools, and I think it's really a game changer. Of course, one of the things that also struck my mind is that you really need to wait, because he's testing things out again. I think it's a cool icon actually that he uses. I really like this one above the no image one. So he did a great job. And actually now I'm just typing into the chat box. But maybe if you could just talk directly through it, you can already give it feedback through the work that he is doing. So it's really crazy. It's cool, but it's crazy. Yeah, a last thing that I just wanted to to give a little bit of more context is like, hey, can we use London instead of Paris? Question mark. And then we give the instruction that we don't want to have London there, but we just want to have Paris, which is cool. He's now going to change it, right? And he's going to map it towards London. Then again, you can then learn a little bit how he has constructed it, what the assets are, how he mocked up the data, did certain things with the data. So cool things, I think. So if we then go and take a look, we see that yeah, it works. He has here London, and here we can say, okay, I want to go to the Big Bang, I want to have Tower Bridge, or what are the museums? Okay, this is a museum for the British Museum. Hey, this is a park, this is a restaurant, and again, all of the locations I can search, and I'm very curious, big or at Tower Bridge, you can search. So that's also working actually. And we asked it. We said like, hey, you forgot to do this, so now I want to have this in place, and he's just doing that. So I'm really surprised. I'm really amazed that he can do this, and I think it's really a really cool tool to just iterate with it and get your applications up and running. I don't know what you think of it, but please leave a comment in the description below and tell me what you think about anti-gravity. Do you think it really is a game changer, or what are your thoughts about it?